P Diddy gets arrested in Manhattan hotel after a grand jury indictment. Let's check it out. Oh, man. P Diddy. I mean, well, yeah, this video is about P Diddy's arrest in Manhattan hotel after a grand jury filed an indictment against him. And, oh, man. I've only really just caught up to this whole P Diddy situation because I haven't really been paying that much attention to it, not since when it came out, and then now he's been arrested. So this video clip we're going to be checking out in just a minute or two. It's come out a day ago, so I'm just trying to get a bit more up to speed with what's happening. So it's basically P Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs, was reportedly taken into federal custody in Manhattan on Monday. So it's just crazy, you know, especially what he's been up to, and one my question is that will the victims of his say abuse, sexual trafficking, and all the other charges against him, will they get the justice that they deserve? And because
breaking news, Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and indicted on federal charges. The disgraced music icon has faced startling allegations for months of rape, sexual assault, physical abuse, gun trafficking, and drug trafficking.
Oh, I didn't know about gun trafficking. I didn't know that. God, these charges, man. These are no joke fucking charges. If he gets found guilty, he's going to be doing fucking time. He's going down for a long time. But, well, at the end of the day, it's down to the prosecution service at the end of the day, and I will leave my personal thoughts out of this for a second, and I'll throw them in probably at the end or somewhere in the middle, but let's hear some more.
On Monday evening, he was indicted by a grand jury in New York. He was taken into custody in Manhattan, where he's been for the last week in anticipation of these charges. Now, the charges haven't been made public just yet. In fact, the indictment was sealed.
They are pretty much fucking been made public, but pretty much are, because we know what the charges are. And, oh, man.
But according to the New York Times, a person familiar with the prosecution says they believe Diddy faces charges of racketeering and sex trafficking. Diddy's legal team said they were
racketeering, that's basically money laundering, and I just don't understand. Someone at his status, like especially financially, why are you laundering money? Is that you know what I mean? It's just crazy.
Disappointed with the decision to prosecute, but mentioned their client has been cooperative with law enforcement. A statement from his legal team.
Yeah, I mean, of course he's being cooperative. I mean, what else can he do? He's got no other choice. But it's like if he didn't cooperate, he's just going to make himself look even more guilty than he actually is, because do you know what I mean? It's not going to look good, is it? Well, it's not looking.
Reads, quote, Sean Diddy Combs is a music icon, self-made entrepreneur, loving family man, and proven philanthropist who has spent the last 30 years building an empire, adoring his children, and
but that don't mean shit, really. I mean, yes, I always this person is this kind person, but if behind fucking closed doors. Come on. Mark and, whatever you say, that attorney for Diddy, come on, man, you don't believe this. Even if not that attorney, I know, that's his attorney's job, is to try and defend P Diddy, because I don't know much about how lawyers work in that legal system, and it's not really my place to give legal advice or fucking. But what I do know is that, of course, Diddy's attorney is going to say these things, try and paint Diddy in a good light, because he wants his client to fucking get off scot-free, because his attorney wants to get paid. If his attorney loses the case and Diddy goes to prison, then the attorney, Mark Agnifilo, or however you say it, he's not going to get paid. He's not going to get paid. So this is, it's just crazy.
Who has spent the last 30 years building an empire, adoring his children, and working to uplift the Black community. He is an imperfect person.
Well, by beating up his wife, not his wife, his girlfriend, abusing people at the parties and drugging them and everything. That's working to help the Black community, is it? Yeah, right.
But is not criminal. To his credit, Mr. Combs has been nothing but cooperative with this investigation, and he voluntarily relocated to New York last week in anticipation of these.
Yeah, because he had no choice. It's either he did that or they will come and get him. He had no choice. I mean, he got no choice but to be cooperative in a situation like that.
Charges. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts.
So that's not P Diddy just like doing this, like being cooperative to law enforcement because from out of the goodness of his heart. No, he's doing it because he has no fucking choice, and he's been instructed to do so by his lawyer.
These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to.
Really? Beating the crap out of his girlfriend and all the other charges? Yeah, is that really the person of an innocent man? Really?
Clearing his name in court. All this comes about 6 months after 2 of Diddy's homes were raided by federal investigators back in March. Then we couldn't confirm Diddy was the target of the Homeland Security raids or what information the feds collected. Most of what we know came from the 5 civil suits with a series of shocking allegations ranging from the 90s until now. Multiple people alleged.
That's a fucking long time from the 90s till now. So I've got a page up as well from 50 Cent. Well, we'll dive into more of that in a bit, but how do there's the Tupac thing, the Tupac shooting. Was P Diddy involved? Did he actually order the hit? Did he? You know what I mean? There's that as well. I mean, I don't know, but. Ooh.
Diddy raped them, drugged them, and recorded all of that. We can't confirm it just yet, but it was likely those civil lawsuits that led up to the federal investigation and later Diddy's arrest. This is constantly developing, so stay with Law and Crime for all the latest updates. For now, let's take a look back at the allegations leading up to Diddy's arrest.
Okay.
For the past 3 decades, we've come to know Sean Combs as multiple different names. P. Diddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy, Puff. The 54-year-old is a rapper, entrepreneur, and label exec. Things changed for him on March 25th when Homeland Security raided 2 of his homes, one in California and the other in Florida. There's no word yet whether Diddy himself was the target of those raids, and he's not been charged criminally. That being said, some allegations.
Yeah, they had to raid those homes, those two homes simultaneously. Because if they just raid one house and they have it all, say, evidence in the other house, they can dispose of that evidence from that house. So they had to do that, raid their house simultaneously at the same time.
Of his criminal past became a major topic of conversation when news of the raids broke.
That's what was so stunning when Cassie Ventura filed her lawsuit earlier this year. It kind of broke the dam, and it was just the floodgates opened, and all.
Yeah, so she wasn't afraid to she wasn't afraid of Diddy. She wasn't afraid of him because it takes a head of a lot, because she's been through no end of I guess a lot of abuse and stuff, and for someone to actually come forward, and for the victim to come forward and to speak out and to press charges. That takes does take a lot for a person to do that, and good on her. I mean, because we know from that CCTV footage that was shown a while ago, of P Diddy beating the fucking crap out of her in the hotel fucking lobby. You know what I mean? So, come on.
It kind of broke the dam, and it was just the floodgates opened, and all of these other allegations started to come to the surface.
That's Melba Pearson, a former prosecutor who's followed the Diddy case meticulously since it broke. Her interest actually dates back farther than just last month, when Diddy's Bad Boy for Life mantra was just a song. And we know about the allegations now that have happened in the past couple months via these civil suits. But if we go back, I know that you have kind of followed Diddy for a while and you're pretty knowledgeable about that era. From the 90s until now, prior to these civil lawsuits being filed, was there talk of wrongdoing on Diddy's behalf?
There really wasn't. To compare him to R. Kelly, for instance, there were rumors swirling around R. Kelly from the beginning, and that
R. Kelly, an absolute fucking piece of shit, absolute scumbag.
Started off with his marriage to a very underage Aaliyah, and that's when folks were like, okay, something doesn't seem right here. But kind of put it to the side, just kind of put a pin in it for a few decades until all the bombshell allegations and ended up being proved in a court of law came forth. I feel like with Diddy, we didn't hear that much. We knew that he partied hard. We knew that he was always going to high profile events and all of that. But I personally have never.
No, what's it called? What do they call these parties? Freak offs. That's a fucking weird thing to call your party, freak offs. It just, I can't even, I can't even better thing.
High profile events and all of that. But I personally have never heard any rumors surrounding any wrongdoing or anything having to do with him.
Actually, no, I think she's absolutely right. Because till recently, in the last 6 months or so, we didn't even know that P Diddy was doing this. We didn't even know that it was like this until it's now public knowledge. That it's just escalated, into all over the world now, and and it's just crazy. How the fuck did this not get spotted earlier on, fucking years ago, 30 years ago? Why wasn't anything fucking said then? But like I say, people with money have a lot of power, especially over those who don't.
Is an artist who really came to prominence in the 90s. We remember all of the videos. He was very close with Biggie Smalls, who also tragically lost his life.
And I think P Diddy had something to do with that as well. I really do. But what do you think? What's your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think P Diddy has conspired with the death of Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls? Do you think do you think that P Diddy had something to do with Tupac's murder and the murder of Biggie Smalls? Let me know in the comments down below.
Back in the late 1990s, early 2000s. And so he was somebody who had this whole orbit around him, and so many different artists like Maze and all these different folks that sprung out from this record label and orbit that they were in. So he had a huge impact on what R&B and hip hop looked like in the 90s and the 2000s, and continued to be influential today in terms of other artists that have, gained prominence and gained fame.
No, but no one done works with it. I want to hear a bit more. I've pretty much heard what she has to say.
Under the New York Survivors Act by Joy Dickerson Neal. Her allegations date back to 1991 when she was a student at Syracuse University. Joy says Diddy intentionally drugged her, resulting in her being in a physical state where she could not independently stand or walk. Joy also alleges she's a victim.
That's completely like drugged her to the point of incapacitation, so she had no control over herself. So basically, yeah, left vulnerable to being taken advantage of. Sick. P Diddy, you're fucking sick. You disgust me. And as you do the rest of the world now. I mean, after all of this, who's going to work with, even if P Diddy, right, gets found not guilty, that's still going to be his career fucked, because nobody's going to want to fucking work with him ever again. I mean, who in their right mind is going to be like, yeah, I want to collab with P Diddy. I want to work. I want to be on his label. I want to be on Bad Boy Records. After even if P Diddy gets found not guilty after the trial and stuff is all over and done with, even if P Diddy, you know, walks away scot-free, who's going to want to work with him ever again? Who's going to trust him?
Of revenge porn because Diddy allegedly recorded the rape and passed around that videotape. According to her suit, Joy demands a jury.
Oh my god, and he recorded it. That's evidence. What a prick. I mean, it's bad enough fucking just raping, you know, just doing that. Taking advantage, you know, of someone when they're drugged up, you know, incapacitated, and taking advantage of them. You know, and that's why I'm not going to say the R word. I nearly did a second ago, but I'm not going to say that word. But you know what I mean? And then, you know, it's bad enough doing that. I mean, you're a sick motherfucking cunt for fucking doing that. Just doing that anyway, just to even have the thought in your head to want to go and do something like that is fucking sick. But to record it as well, that's even fucking worse, man.
Jury trial, as does Liza Gardner, who also says Diddy raped her in New York in the 90s. According to her civil suit, Liza and her friend met Diddy at a party and later went with him to an after party where she, quote, was offered more drinks and coerced into having sex with Combs. Liza says Diddy and another man raped her and her friend. Later on, she says Diddy choked her to the point that she lost consciousness. While Jane Doe doesn't list her name in the lawsuit, she does list multiple photos of herself and Diddy. Her allegations date back to 2003 when she was just 17 years old and in 11th grade. Her lawsuit states
11th grade, year 11. Well, we over here we call it year 11. You call it 11th grade, same, but it's the same. It means the same thing. But my God, so she's still she was still a child, a school kid. Oh my God. You know, she's just a fucking school kid. So I don't know what the age of consent, like consent to like engage in intercourse in America is. Over here it's 16. I don't know what it is in the United States. I don't know if it's the same there as well. I don't know. If you know, let me know in the comments down below. But because if it's like 18, well, hang on. If this is right, what they just said, I don't know what the age of consent is in America. Well, but no, I'm just gonna
multiple photos of herself and Diddy. Her allegations date back to 2003 when she was just 17 years old and in 11th grade. Her lawsuit states at this time, Diddy was twice her age and one of the most well-known and influential music artists of all time. Jane Doe alleges Diddy flew her from Michigan to New York on a private plane and raped her in a recording studio. All of this leads us back to Lil Rod's 74-page lawsuit that was filed back in February.
A 74-page lawsuit? Fucking hell.
detailing a laundry list of wild accusations. Melba says all this parallels a trajectory we've seen before.
Oh, it absolutely is a fall from grace. I have no question in my mind that this is going to be the end of Diddy as we know him, right?
Yeah, of course it fucking will. Of course it fucking will. Even if he gets found not guilty, even if he does, nobody's going to fucking trust him ever again, like I just said a few minutes ago. No one's going to trust his fucking ass again. No, his career's finished. He's over. No more bad boy for life, you know what I mean? No, there'll be no more of that shit. Nobody's gonna, it's truly sickening that someone like that, in a public eye like he is, like the say, icon, who likes to be portrayed as. And the fact that, and trying to have people looking up to him as a role model, and then you get all this shit. Well, they ain't gonna look up to him anymore, are they? You know what? Let's just make it official now. P Diddy's career is finished. P Diddy is finished. P Diddy, you're fucking disgusting.
The next chapter is going to be him incarcerated, much like R. Kelly.
Imagine entering your name and all of a sudden,
sad, tragic, and horrible, not only for him, but more importantly for the survivors who have gone through some horrific experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anyway, I'm not going to react to all of that. I just want to dive into this quickly. Let's just show some of this. There's it's from 50 Cent, because 50 Cent has always been trolling P Diddy, and people keep thinking, like, why does 50 Cent keep trolling P Diddy over all this shit that's been going on? I'll tell you for why. It does go back a long way, and it was briefly that P Diddy, I think, was trying to sign 50 Cent to his label at one point. That's before he got with Eminem and all that, and Dr. Dre and stuff like that. And I don't think P Diddy, 50 Cent didn't want to sign with him. And I know there's a lot more to that. I will probably go into that maybe another time, but anyway, let's just go into this. It says 50 Cent's brutal lube joke after P Diddy's arrest and FBI sees freak off materials. Okay. P Diddy has been denied bail and will remain in hell on earth jail after he was arrested on sex trafficking charges, which authorities allegedly funding 1,000 bottles of lube in his home. After finding 1,000 bottles of lube. Fucking hell, that's a lot of lube. Fucking hell. It's getting slippery in there. Watch your fucking step there, guys. Right, so where... Right, okay. Just trying to find the 50 Cent. Here I am keeping good company with Drew Barrymore TV, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at the house. Oh, Fiddy. He just can't help it, can he? But if you can't see this poster, but oh fucking hell. There's the raid on Diddy's premises unearthed what officials suggest were provisions for these so-called freak-offs, including claimed stashes of narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Diddy has steadfastly that's refuted all of the accusations against him. So basically, it's P Diddy denying the accusations. Okay. 50 Cent famed for his he has been making jokes aimed at Diddy based on allegations since November, keeping the heat on amidst news and claims. incarceration, he's taken another jab mixed with a plug for his own brand. On Twitter, Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, captioning it, here I am keeping good company with Drew Barrymore TV, and I don't have 1,000 bottles of lube at the house. Yeah, well, we just read that in the 50 Cent's post. The joke didn't go unnoticed by 50 Cent, so it wouldn't do. It's with fans chiming in saying the G Unit founder was too funny. Diddy the missing you hitmaker. Oh yeah, that song dedicated to Biggie Smalls. I'll be missing you with Faith Evans on it. Yeah, hitmaker is certainly not finding anything amusing after his arrest. Well, he wouldn't do, would he? He's in a fucking shit. He's in a right shit state, and rightfully so. Because if he wasn't such a cunt and he didn't do the things he did, he wouldn't be in the position he's in. No pun intended. As it has been placed in heretical, I'm not sure what that says, detention at New York's Metropolitan Detention Center without bail due to sex trafficking charges. Despite pleading not guilty to racketeering, conspiracy and sex trafficking on Tuesday, and his legal team proposing a $50 million bail with house arrest, judge ruled that the music icon must remain detained in the notorious jail after often referred to as the hell on earth. Yeah, fucking rightfully so. Yeah, fucking good on them. So they should. Absolutely, and he should fucking stay there. And I think that the reason they want to keep P Diddy in, keep him locked up, is so that he can't escape, he can't go nowhere, so he can't go to another country, like with his trial or anything. So he can't, he can't flee, he can't go nowhere. It's keep him fucking banged up. That's what I say. Put him under the jail, as it were. Okay, so what's your thoughts on this whole situation? Let me know in the comments down below. Catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now. Cheers, peace. I'm out. Peace. I'm just playing Diddy. You know I can't stand you.